Hi, I'm Joss.
Hi, I'm Claudia.
And this is the Let's Go Down Business podcast.
We're two cousins on opposite ends of the globe with a lot of opinions about figure skating. And we're here to deliver the news, recaps, and high line of peace and quiet in complete
Hello, and welcome to our first of two U.S. Nationals episodes, aka super spreader episodes. What? I'm just kidding.
No, you're really not.
I'm really not whatsoever.
You know the text that you got from me. I was just completely I don't know.
It was a bad
not
event.
speechless, because I had a lot to say, but they weren't very nice things because, they were factual things, but obviously related to COVID.
Yes. I'm also quite down bad right now. I have been extremely sick for about a week, and today's the first day that I've left my room, not out of choice because I'm a parent, but just because I have not been able to physically leave the bed. So that's fun. So if I sound a little like a frog or other amphibian friends, please excuse me. But why don't we hop into some news before we get started with the events? I like an amphibian, but not in my throat.
Okay, so let's start off with, I feel like it's the theme for this entire event / episodes. It's not exactly US related, however, the news did come in the same week and same time, and it's unfortunately that Alison Reed, Lithuania denied her citizenship, so her and Saulius aren't going to the Olympics, because that is it's devastating.
If there could be one more fucked up thing that 2022 has done to us, it has denied Allison and Saulius a trip to the Olympics. That just breaks my heart. They are pod fave, and I hate it. I love their spirit. I love their energy. They're fantastic, and I wanted nothing more to see them go, but alas, they did not.
Yes, it truly breaks our heart. And
this is a real downer of an episode.
How, as a reminder for everybody, Alison Reed's ISU Bio hobbies reads riding roller coasters, Netflix, and late night pizza. Excuse me, Lithuania, how can you not let that kind of person be a citizen?
There's some very cold-hearted people, maybe some amphibians over there.
Maybe they just don't like late night pizza.
The theme of this episode is heartbreakers and amphibians.
Yeah, that's it. That's going to be the episode thumbnail as well.
It.
Just a frog.
Cold-blooded circulatory systems over there.
Sounds just like
me. But yes. It is a real heartbreaker. We are so sad to not be seeing them there. I hope they stick around for another quad. You can go a long time in dance.
That's true.
Let me tell you. Not that I would know, but I've seen it happen with my own two eyes.
But they will be going to Europeans, so we will talk about them then. But let's head on over to the COVID-infested men and dance events.
Yeah. Let's start with dance.
For sure. And boy, when I was going in, I was like, oh, this is going to be fine. Then I saw the start list and I was like, I am not going to be fine.
No. It was absolutely not fine. Who do we want to start with today?
Let's start with another pod fave. Let's go from pod faves to pod faves. I want to talk about Eva Pate and Logan Bye, who came in 8th.
Okay, if you do not like these two programs together, especially their rhythm dance, then you are, my friend, a cold-hearted amphibian, because this is probably like one of my favorite pairs of programs that we got going on here.
I am but an Eva and Logan stan.
It's just so good.
I love them so much. Like, not even kidding. Especially with the programs. She's dressed up as Britney. Logan's skating to Bye Bye Bye.
And then they have the Hunger Games.
And Eva has a costume change.
Oh, there's the costume change is so good. It gives me chills every time. If they could keep these programs like forever, I would not complain about it. But anyways, let's talk about the rhythm dance, Cry Me a River, and of course Bye Bye Bye, which again we do want to see forever. Again,
I fucking love this program and them. It's such a vibe. It fits the theme this year so well. And I thought it was great. But Logan fell right at the end. But like he covered it up so well, and Ava's just like, I just gotta keep going and punch the air.
It was good. It was a great cover up. Good job, Logan. Show must go on.
Truth. But they did really, really well. So key points for the Midnight Blues. All yeses, well done. Pattern steps both got level 3. Midline step was level 3. Twizzles were great. I love it.
What's not to love here? What's not to love?
USFS, apparently. I just haven't...
You know what? There's not a lot to love with USFS right now.
That's true. But I have a feeling that USFS just doesn't like these two.
USFS has to politic for these two a little harder because they're just so charming and so spirited and so lovely. That's what my elementary school teachers are called. Spirited. Really just raging undiagnosed neurodivergence. But.
Truth. But also, like, this team has the potential to go viral, and just why wouldn't you back them? I mean, I know that there are certain things that they can improve on technically, and sometimes they're shaky about it, but...
Oh, but such good star power.
Exactly.
2 superstars, 2 of them.
Star power, and star power is definitely there for the Hunger Games soundtrack program, because, like, what's not to love?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I did feel like they were cleaner in the rhythm dance.
Yes, I agree. I definitely agree.
Although I love it.
But I have to mention, Ava's hair and makeup commitment to her characters in every single dance she does is unparalleled. That braid just sent me. It's so nice. It's a good one. Like you said, not the cleanest in some areas. The rhythm dance was a bit cleaner, but we got a costume change. We got a 1 foot step that both of them got level 3s. So go on fire. And Logan was just awesome too.
That's kind of the point of the Hunger Games. Girl on fire, and the men are there too.
Yes. Again, the GOE sheet, mainly 0s to +3s, and they're kind of lower in PCS, which, I mean, I kind of agree with but I still love them and I want them higher, and I don't know. They're coached by Igor Spielband and Pasquale Camerlengo. Like, there's definitely the potential to get them super, super, super good.
We will see next quad, and I hope yes, I'm not even going to put it around that they're not going to stick around.
Please, absolutely.
They will.
Mm-hmm, for sure. All right, and let's move on to Christina Carreira and Anthony Ponomarenko with Bat Dance by Prince for the rhythm dance and Wicked Game for the free dance.
I feel like we have not seen these two in years.
But we have.
Or has it been that I have just aged a lot the past year?
Look, I'm telling you, this whole like Russian nationals and then Japanese nationals in the same weekend, and then US Nats, Canadian Nats, and Korean Nats in the same weekend overlapping, I have aged about 50 years, and I was already like internally 75. So girl's dead.
So it's us. It's an us thing. It's not a them thing.
Yeah. So internally, I am dead.
Yes. Anyways, Christina and Anthony, internally very much not dead. Bat Dance by Prince. I really like this rhythm dance. However, this was not their best outing, I don't think.
Yeah, to me, they looked a little stiff and slow.
They were very rewarded for the things that they did do, though.
Yes, a little generous in my personal opinion. But I'm not a judge. Twizzles were great, though. I like them. Started off well, and then it kind of didn't go so well towards the end. But energy is great.
Yeah, I feel like like this whole event, they seem just a little, I don't know, just not quite their bouncy, peppy selves. I'm not sure if you saw the same thing.
Yeah, especially in the free dance, which I think it's more to do with the free dance itself, not them. But
yeah, I agree. But I do think that they could have had a little more pep in their step with that Prince. You have to be a whole Kevin Amos to do a Prince.
That is true. Or a Yaroslav Paniot.
Oh, don't talk about him yet.
I
We're
won't.
not there yet.
That's true. I'll save the heartbreak for later.
Don't do that to me just yet. Yes, they did look a little, I don't know, just kind of off this whole event. I don't know what was going on with them.
Yeah, so let's talk about the free dance to Wicked Game. Twizzles at the start a little messy, especially from Anthony. Although Christina did get a level 4 in the 1 foot step, Anthony got a level 3. Unfortunately, they did have an extended lift, so that's 1 full point off. And I don't know, I've said this before, it's a boring program, and it's not, I don't think this is their fault, because we know how entertaining they can be. But
just does not play to their strengths.
No, and then I 100% said this before, where this program kind of sends me to sleep, and then I'm almost like fully asleep when the music change happens, and it's kind of like an unwelcome jolt awake. And I'm like, whoa, okay, I've woken up in the club, and somehow I've woken up in the club.
We're finally here. We've made it. Shoma has transported me to the club, and
how did I even get in?
It's a dream sequence in Animal Crossing.
Yes, it truly is.
We've typed in the dream code, and now we're here. We've arrived at the club.
But although they came 5th in the rhythm dance, they got really dinged technically in the free dance and dropped to 7th overall, so disappointing for them.
Yes, that must have been it's a heartbreaker for them. But coming up in the standings, we have a couple of not newer teams, but we have some junior...
Now senior. Junior to senior teams.
There we go. Can you tell the illness has reached my brain?
Which is not worrying at all, but okay. So we're next going to talk about Katarina Wolfkostin and Jeffrey Chen, who is also Karen Chen's younger brother. They are reigning US junior champions, and this season they're doing double duty, competing in both junior and senior, so they've had to learn both the blues pattern and the midnight blues pattern, so a lot of work. I would have been burnt out. Yeah, literally.
Couldn't be me. For the rhythm dance, we have a Michael Jackson medley, and I really enjoy this.
They get into character, and I love it.
I love it. Maybe they're just not old and jaded like I am. This is what happens when you're not old and jaded, folks. You get to look like them.
Yes, because they're literal teens, but okay. Okay, so decent through the opening twizzles, both level 4. I really enjoyed the choreography, and they had a really solid midnight blues. All 4 key points are a yes. And I sneakily was like, oh, this is already better than Davis and Smolkin, but whatever. They're US junior champs for a reason. They're really, really good. They're also coached by Igor Spielband, so I guess...
Igor's having a busy time.
Yes, making sure those key points are all hit. So, he's always been known as a technician, so well done to him. They did really, really well in the rhythm dance, coming in 6th. They were really surprised and happy with the score.
Oh, so cute and happy. Love them.
And for the free dance, we've got a little Rain in Your Black Eyes, which is very popular, but I don't mind it at the moment because it's really great.
I feel like it's different when it's dance.
Yes, I agree.
There's something very different about this when it's dance as opposed to when it's a singles event that I don't mind.
True.
It's a lot in singles, but I enjoy it. I like this significantly less, though, than the Michael Jackson.
You know what? I kind of agree. I still enjoyed it quite a lot, but I feel like this free dance still gave off a bit of a junior vibe, whereas the rhythm dance, I was like, you know what? You could be in a Grand Prix, you could be a senior B, and really hold your own there.
I agree. They were really, really close with our 5th place team here, Bratti and Somerville. Very, very close. It was very contentious.
Yes, so they only ended up 0.71 points behind Emily and Ian. So why don't we talk about them? Another pair who really, they teamed up in July 2021. So super, super new pair. They're coached by Greg Zuelin, as well as Charlie White and Tanith White. And fun fact, Greg is Madison Chock's old dance partner.
Wow, it's just like one big ol' convoluted. It's like when you try to map out who's dated who in the Bachelor Nation. Not that I've ever done that.
All of the red string going everywhere.
Yes, it's that meme.
But this is a senior nationals debut, much like Katarina and Jeffrey. For the rhythm dance, they skated to Genius by Labyrinth, Sia and Diplo, as well as Sax by Fleur East. And the first thing I noticed was that they flew in to the Midnight Blues with so much speed.
I really liked this too.
Yeah. And
it's very good.
All 4 key points hit. It was really, really solid. pattern step, Emily got a level 3, Ian got a level 4, and we've got some really unique twizzles here. I don't think
those were really, really cool.
I know. I don't think I've seen anyone do left forward outside twizzles with their leg at parallel to the ice this season. It's super rare to see, but I really enjoyed it. I know that that's definitely not my favorite twizzle, but really, really solid ass debut. Came in 5th for the rhythm dance with a 76.70. And for the free dance, guess what they're skating to? Rocket Man!
You know, I'm just going to let you know right now that I manifested so much Rocket Man at U.S. Nationals.
And you got more. You got more than you asked for. And
My cup has runneth over.
And you know what? I'm not upset about that because I really enjoyed it. You know, this is the first time I've watched them. They're really solid, great nationals debut. I think there's so much potential for them, both them and Wolfkostin and Chen. I mean, US ice dance is in really good hands.
Yeah, they really are. And also with Eva and Logan.
Yes, duh.
I love Eva and Logan. I just love them.
I just want them to be the next generation, you know?
Seriously. Emily and Ian just eked out Katarina and Jeffrey, though, for that 5th place finish. It was a nail biter in there.
Absolutely.
5th and 6th.
Which is great because they both skated well and some nail biting finishes in that context. I love it.
But you know who won between the two of them? It was Rocket Man. So take that for what you will.
That's what gave them the edge, even though it really was the rhythm dance, but we're saying it's Rocket Man.
It was my manifestation and my cup runneth over.
Runneth over?
Overfloweth. The overfloweth.
Which kind of fits into, that language kind of fits into our next pair with Caroline Green and Michael Parsons. And the language, I mean, I feel like that could, if there was spoken word over there, free dance, I feel like.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking
I know. I realized like in the middle of it, I was like, oh, people might not know where I'm going with this. But
we'll get there.
We'll get there.
We've arrived now.
Be patient with my ND brain, everybody. I promise there's a connection somewhere. And I meant if Joss was doing a voiceover for their free dance, the overfloweth and cometh would very much fit in well. But enough about that. Let's talk about Janet Jackson.
Let's talk about Janet Jackson. Again, fantastic as always. Preferred to the other Janet Jackson rhythm dance. Not sorry about it.
Yeah, don't at me. I agree.
But in the battle between Green and Parsons and Hawayek and Baker, I mean, there was definitely a slight edge towards Hawayek and Baker, both statistically and just, I think, in the way that their seasons have gone so far, which I guess is the same thing. But anyways, but I think that in the rhythm dance, Kaitlin and Jean-Luc and Caroline and Michael both made some mistakes, which made it very interesting going into the free dance.
Definitely. So we go straight into the twizzles, and Caroline stumbles a little bit in the first set, so she loses a level there. Jesus also decided to make a little bit of an appearance here. Twizzles were done a bit far apart. Key points, no, yes, yes, yes. Even though she got both of her key points, she looked a bit shaky in my opinion. Anyway, the rest was actually pretty good. Pattern step, both level 3s. Midline step, a level 4. And Michael was super pumped with how they performed. Super pumped.
Michael was a happy man at US Nationals. A happy man.
Love the team. Love their programs.
Yeah, their free dance, literally just amazing. I think Michael posted that it was skated for his grandma, and I can't stand it. It's beautiful. He's just, I don't know, this whole situation going on, the Janet Jackson, the free dance, everything is perfect.
Yes.
Chef's kiss.
Absolutely chef's kiss. I have in my notes that this free dance is still one of the most stunning and one of my favorite free dances from this season. I think currently my top 3 are Green and Parsons, Ponomarenko's free dance, and Hawayek and Baker's, which, yes, there's a kind of like a theme going on, and I promise I have some diversity in me in terms of the style I like. I promise you that. But I just think
the style that I like is just Rocket Man.
I mean, where's the lie? But I just think though those three free dancers are just so stunning and beautiful, well put together, and I just love them so much.
All right, let's talk about our friends Kaitlin and Jean-Luc. So fucking happy for them. Let me tell you. So we have some Donna Summer, which I love. Who doesn't love Donna Summer, okay? If you don't love Donna Summer, you, my friend, are also an amphibian.
Then I might be an amphibian because I don't know. I didn't really know who she is, but maybe that's because
Oh my god, wait,
I'm
what?
sorry. Wait, hold on.
Okay. You've been kicked to the caboose of the Rocket Man train.
I always chose that part of the train anyway because I was a cool kid. I'm kidding.
Wait, do you seriously not know who Donna Summer is?
I'm sorry. I'm Australian. I know, like, if I put out some Australian, like, names, you'll probably be like, who the fuck is that? I'm sorry.
Wait, my parents did a lot of disservices, but the one disservice that they did not do is that they raised me on Donna Summer. So
I unfortunately wasn't raised on Donna Summer. I mean, I
so
know a
good.
few of her songs.
So much disco, so good, prominent during the 70s.
Okay, I'm going to Spotify straight away after this.
Absolutely amazing.
Does she have like a best of album, like this whole ultimate album that's like 40 tracks
probably
long?
Yeah, probably. She probably is.
That's my night
for
sorted.
Sure.
That is my night sorted. But you know what was also sorted? Kaitlin and Jean-Luc winning their 4th bronze medal at US Nationals in a row.
I really don't like that.
It sucks, but I mean, I love them, and it's
What's
great
up
for
with
them that they're on the podium. I mean, Caroline and Michael are also on the podium, but that's pewter.
Oh no.
Yeah, the pewter medal, like participation award, just because you feel bad about being straight off the podium. Anyway, I feel bad about that. However, I also feel bad a little bit about the Twizzles in the rhythm dance, because Kaitlin stumbled in the first set and she lost 2 levels, so she only got a level 2. Jean-Luc did get a level 4, and Tanith Belbin, who was commentating, and I love Tanith when she commentates, she's so good, up there with Mark Andretti, so intelligent, doesn't talk your ear off, and just is to the point. Anyway.
Unlike us.
Unlike
currently
us.
in the process
100%.
of talking your ears off.
I don't ever get to the point. No.
When do we ever get to the point? We've never gotten to the point ever.
The tangents. But now with Tanith, she said that Kaitlin probably lost around 3 points just alone with that mistake.
Yikes. I mean, like we said before, Kaitlin and Jean-Luc and also Caroline and Michael both made mistakes in the rhythm dance. So it was really neck and neck in here. But in the end, they scored 79.39, which put them in 4th. Caroline and Michael, again, scored 80.85. So at this point, after the rhythm dance, Caroline and Michael were ahead of Kaitlin and Jean-Luc by about 1.5 points, so a little less than 1.5 points. So very, very interesting going into the free. I love Kaitlin and Jean-Luc's free because I'm such a fucking Chopin fan. Like, when I was, like, hardcore, I thought I was going to school for music. I don't think I've ever said that on the podcast, but I was. And Chopin was, like, my favorite composer to play.
And this is why we're, best friends, because he's also my favorite composer to play.
Yes.
Literally, these 2 pieces, yep.
Yeah. Oh, so good. So good. And, like, this program and the way that they skated it, I was like, yeah, I mean, I love Green and Parsons program, but, like, I love Chopin.
I know, like, this is like childhood nostalgic tug at the heartstrings, whereas I'm in awe of Green and Parsons free dance, but this, I'm just like, this is home cooked meal level of love. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is like, a bowl of soup on a cold day.
Like, this is home cooked love, and then Green and Parsons is like the most amazing 3-hat restaurant dish that you're like, oh my god, this is too good and too pretty to eat. Like, that's the kind of difference I feel in terms of loving these 2 programs. But
I agree.
But damn, this was a really good skate for them. Super good. That gorgeous and amazing 1-foot step sequence that they have with, like, all the edges. They got level 4s, which I was so happy about because, I don't know, just watch it and you'll know why. Synchronized Twizzlers level 4. I almost died again at that curve lift to another curve lift. And then when she started crying because she's had such a rough season.
This poor woman.
Like, oh, I started crying too, and I was just like, fuck you guys for making me cry, but also, like, I love you so much.
So good. They did end up in third in the free dance. They scored 126.29, which was more than enough to overcome the discrepancy in the rhythm dance. And they ended up with 205.68 as versus Green and Parsons 203.27. So that put them solidly in the lead to go to the Olympics and everything else. But we'll talk about that later. And congratulations to them because
absolutely,
wow, that was amazing.
Truth. And the top two places really just belonged to Madison, Chock, and Evan Bates, as well as Madison, Hubbell, and Zach Donohue. And the real question was who would take what place, because they're super tight. If they both skate clean, there's almost nothing between them. You know, they've got such different styles as well, though. And this time, Madison, Hubbell, and Zach Donohue, they're the ones who came in second. But first, happy birthday to Zach, who turned 31 on Jan 8th.
Yes, happy birthday to Zach. You know what? I feel like whenever Chock and Bates win, it should be Hubbell and Donohue who win. And whenever Hubbell and Donohue win, I feel like it should be Chock and Bates. U.S. figure skating just always doesn't get it quite right who they give that little extra points to, but... Anyways, not saying that both of them are not deserving, but I feel like I just find it a little comical that every time I feel a little dissatisfied. I don't know.
Yep.
Anyways, let's talk about our silver medalists. So at this U.S. Nationals, Maddie and Zach came in second. They also have a Janet Jackson medley for their rhythm dance. It actually was not perfect here, which is very interesting.
Yes, a few stumbles here and there. Uncharacteristic. First point of note is, can Zach please tuck in his shirt? Like,
yeah, it's a little Nathan.
That's probably why. It's infected everybody. It spreads quick. I mean, it is a super spreader.
COVID was not the only super spreader.
No, it really wasn't. But damn, that midline step is so good. Of course, they got a level 4, and you can really tell how technically strong this pair is. Midnight Blues, key points, all yeses. But because I was watching their feet, I almost yelped because Zach had a tiny bobble in his second key point. Like, his ankle went a little bit on the back outside edge. And, I mean, if you were just watching their faces or, like, their top half, you wouldn't have noticed. Like, you would have completely missed it. It was so tiny, but I hate anything ankle stuff wise because I've done both my ankles multiple times. So it always freaks me out. But well done to them. Maddie did drop a level in the Twizzles. So definitely points left on the table, especially when Maddie and Evan came out and skated perfectly.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic of them. I feel like they were not very happy with themselves.
Yeah.
You could tell.
For sure. But this free dance to Drowning by Anna Sila, it's so beautiful.
The music still bothers me a little bit with the but you know, I'll get over it, I guess.
The opening stationary lift to rotational lift. So many teams have got this kind of set up this season, and I absolutely love it. You know, they do it so well, all the couples who do it, and it looks great. I really wish they would change their costumes, though, because they don't match.
No, they're not in the same color family, although I do really like her costumes. That's my favorite color palette, the muted lavender gray.
Oh, exactly, which is probably why we also love Kaitlin and Jean-Luc's program, free dance, because they have that palette.
Absolutely. Oh, it was such a good free dance. This is why I'm saying that I think that they should have won here, but I think that maybe the mistakes in the rhythm dance and then the fact that Maddie and Evan were like pretty perfect in the rhythm dance probably did it for them. I mean, obviously with the scores, but however, they had a very intimate moment at the end, and I felt like I should not be watching.
Yeah, and I was like, this, I mean, I know
I was like, this
exes.
feels too intimate for my outside eyes.
I mean, I know they're exes, and, you know, they've had so much history together, but I was like, this is a little awkward for their respective partners, isn't it?
I don't know. They have some dynamic going on.
True.
I don't understand it, but I was like, oh, this is not for spectators. I'm just gonna
But hey,
go to the
acting.
bathroom.
Hashtag
Get a heat
acting.
bar. Hashtag acting. Yes.
But
they were very, very emotional though, because this is their last nationals, and I think that skating to an American crowd, I think, has got to hit them right in the feels. So,
and it's their last season.
yeah, it's
Not
I
even
don't
their
know.
last nationals. It's their last season, and they're retiring after. So, yeah, I mean, what a way to close out their nationals. What such a great free dance. They did win the free dance portion by just under a point. So I think you couldn't end on a better note than that.
No, definitely not. But let's talk about our gold medalists, Madison, Chock, and Evan Bates. You know, finally, some people have started to put some respect on Billie Eilish's name. I was live tweeting this. I was like, you know, no one respects the Billie Eilish program because everyone associates Billie Eilish with Gen Z girls, and no one has any respect for Gen Z girls because of ageism, sexism, etc.
That list is long. So like
the list is long, folks. Anyways, now that we put some respect on Billie Eilish, they do a Billie Eilish rhythm dance. It's pretty perfect. Got nothing to say here.
Same here. I think everything from the costume details, like with Evan's jacket having the green inside, Maddie turning around and giving the judges like sex eyes. Key points, all yeses, really solid job. Perfect twizzles for them. I was holding my breath because I remember last year there were issues and made me stressed.
Oh gosh. Oh no.
But pattern step, both level 4. Midline step, level 4. And I think that was probably the best rhythm dance they've done all season. And they got rewarded for it, definitely, with a 91.94, which is a new US record. And they also got a well-deserved standing ovation.
Lovely. And now for the alien-esque free dance to the Daft Punk.
Yes. Evan's looking less puffy.
It was looking a little less puffy. I wish I could say the same about my own face in the morning. Unfortunately, that has not happened no matter how much Jade facial rolling I do, but
Jade's great though. I love Jade because it's super cold. Anyway, no tangent,
it
Claudia. Let's go on.
Love a cold Jade face rolling. However, you could really tell that Hubbell and Donohue won the free dance here. There were little bobbles here and there, but I think their lead in the rhythm dance really helped them get the win.
Yeah,
I don't think it would have been my choice, but
look, they lost the free dance by 0.8 points. So that 2.5 point lead in the rhythm dance definitely helped them a lot. And it wasn't like they were super bad. They skated pretty well.
They were definitely not super bad.
And I feel like, though, they just hung on to a good performance because Evan was super gas at the end. And you can tell he was, like, not perfect. A little bit off, not the cleanest through some steps and lifts. But I mean,
that's what you get for wearing 4 sweatshirts to the free dance.
Bless.
I don't know what to say.
But these two have got so much experience and they know how to cover up, little mistakes. So, in my notes, I was like, you know what, this is probably going to be really, really tight because Hubbell and Donohue skated perfectly, but I didn't think that Maddie and Evan skated quote unquote badly enough to lose the lead, and that was the case. And it was really, really nice to see Maddie burst into tears straight away and Evan tearing up too. They worked so hard.
Oh, so sweet.
Especially
Love
with USFS knocking their first rhythm dance that they had prepared, and they came up with Billie Eilish like super, super quick. So intense. But
thank God for Billie in a pinch.
Yes, exactly.
Always comes through for everyone in a pinch, especially over there in Russia, but also over here.
And here too. And Evan, he's going to be the first US skater from any discipline to go to 4 Olympics. How awesome is that?
Jesus.
What a stat. What a stat.
I was just faffing around 4 Olympics ago, let me tell you.
Oh, dear me. I was barely cognizant for like 16 years ago.
Wow.
I mean, I'm still barely cognizant now, but like less so. I was smaller.
What has changed for us?
I was smaller then.
Anyways, congrats to Maddie and Evan for their win. It was a close one. Who knew?
Yes, and we'll do all the team making discussion at the end. So let's move on to our men.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me tell you that this men's short program blew me out of the water. Who knew that we would be sitting here saying that about American men?
I know. It just was so good. It was probably the most chaos-free enjoyment of a men's short program that I've ever had.
You know, I rarely enjoy men, but
that's a lie.
I enjoyed men here.
We always enjoy men, but it's a different enjoyment.
It is a very different enjoyment. Who should we start with here? Okay, let's talk about our 11th place finisher, Artur Dmitriev Jr. What a chaos agent this man is. Okay, he's 29. It's his U.S. Nationals debut. And he, okay, so we have some Lou Bega, but it's not Mambo number 5.
I mean, I appreciate he's trying to do like the edgy thing here.
Oh my goodness.
I still can't believe that Artur, so if you're not familiar with the situation, Artur Dmitriev Jr. is the son of Olympic champion Artur Dmitriev, pairs champ, awesome, legend. And he used to skate for Russia. I've seen him skate for Russia. And now he wants to skate for the US, and he's doing a citizen switcheroo. All the Russian adults are like, how dare you? Like, what the hell is going on? And Artur Dmitriev Jr. just comes in and it's just like, I'm gonna hop off the plane with Lou Bega and Interstellar, and I'm just gonna...
Lou Bega and Interstellar. I can't.
Okay, but tell me...
This is the only man in the world that can fit both of those things into his brand and have them fit perfectly. Who else?
Because there isn't really much brand to fit in. Like, okay, tell me he doesn't look like Denis Khodakin in the short program, but as a single skater. He's got the same like pajama shirt vibe going on.
He looks like... I was literally going to say that his outfit looks like Charlie from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory's grandpa, who's been lying in bed for 95 years and is rolled out of bed to skate to some Lou Bega.
That gets you a golden ticket. But yeah, this truly chaos agent is the best word to use for Artur.
I love this man.
Because he's disappeared for a few seasons, and has come back and tried a quad loop in the short program that was downgraded. I thought it was a good attempt though. Then he does a triple Lutz triple flip. Remember, he's the one who caused a bit of a ruckus in a good way a few seasons ago, being the first person to pull off a triple Lutz triple flip combo. So he lands the Lutz on the free leg, so not the traditional landing leg, so to prepare for the triple flip, and it's like wacky and wild. But here the flip was called downgraded. I was like, great attempt again. But you know, he ended up in 12th with a 62.40, and I was like, a lot of effort, not enough reward.
As Lou Bega would say, tricky, tricky.
If you got some Mambo number 5, you know, that might have boosted it up. It's kind of got the same vibe as a Mambo Italiano. It's all the Mambo. It's the Mambo.
He got to the Mambo number downgraded triple flip.
Dear God. Mambo negative GOE.
Mambo negative GOE. Mambo number -5.
Oh, bless. And for his free skate, he skated to Interstellar. And why are you laughing? My first note, though, is why does Artur look like Walmart Neville Longbottom? And I don't mean that in a bad way, because Neville
just rolled out of bed after 95 years like Charlie's grandfather.
And I don't mean like Walmart Neville Longbottom in a bad way.
This is all good energy. We love it.
Like,
we love Neville Longbottom. Who doesn't?
Exactly. Apparently, J.K. Rowling, but that's another discussion.
We don't like her.
We don't.
She's been downgraded.
No, she hasn't. It's just invalid element, not even
just
downgraded.
Invalid element.
Not
deduction.
on the score sheet.
Point deduction.
But this chaos agent decides out of nowhere, literal fucking nowhere, to be like, yo, I'm going to try a quad axle.
Oh my god.
And I mean,
It actually wasn't terrible.
it wasn't terrible. He got so high on it. Like, you can tell he's got a lot of power. It was not downgraded. It was called under, although it was a bit kind of on the border. But excellent attempt. He said he's done this clean before. And you know what? I don't doubt him because it looks like a solid attempt. Double-footed the quad loop, which was also called under. Did a triple axel double toe double loop, which was okay. And then you could tell he was gassed as fuck because the second half of the program was just getting slow and sluggish, and you could tell he was hurting.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
I mean, he did say himself that he's not in prime shape, but still, bless the guy, bless him coming down and to Nashville and throwing a quad axle and a quad loop attempt.
Thanks,
like,
Artur, for coming to Nashville.
that takes major balls. And I mean, he's still, with a quad axle attempt and a quad loop attempt, he still came in 11th. And I mean, the PCS really were maybe fairly
Sucked
scored.
it out of him.
Really were probably fairly scored. But you know what? Kudos to you. But how about next, let's talk about another former Soviet person. I don't know why that transition was really awful, but we're keeping it. And this is Yaroslav Paniot, coached and choreographed by Misha Gay. He's been struggling with a groin injury all year, so we didn't get to see his gorgeous, super high quad flip.
Oh, you know what? He gives me Willy Wonka.
Really?
If Artur gives me Charlie's grandpa vibes, he gives me Willy Wonka. Yeah, he's just so like sprite. Is that a word? Sprite. Sprightly.
I feel like
Sprightly,
he's a
that's the
stretched
word I'm
out
looking
Oompa
for.
Loompa.
No, it's not a straw. What are you talking about?
As in, like, but in a best way because he dances so well. Like, I don't know. He doesn't have, like, this wacky
Do Oompa Loompas go to the
vibe.
discotheque?
Duh.
It's a rhetorical question. Apparently, I was schooled by Claudia that was a rhetorical question.
But the Saturday Night Fever medley short program, it was so good. I love it and
I
him
adore
so
him.
much.
And he has the choreographed disco elements to thank the audience for their appreciation.
I love it.
My favorite.
I love
My
it.
favorite.
A disco bow.
I love this man.
You can't stop smiling when you watch him skate because you know he loves it.
Oh, it's
And
amazing. You
I-
couldn't
it's
pay
just-
Nathan Chen to have a disco bow.
Jesus. Never.
Never.
Do you, like, I can't even imagine it. Trying to conceptualize it, my brain's like, no.
Nathan's fingers don't do that. They just
No.
don't do the disco. Anyways.
No way.
It was great. His short program was actually quite good.
Yes, quad toe, triple toe, huge triple axle. I mean, the landings weren't great, but to me, I was like, I don't really care because you're Saturday night fevering and the crowd is absolutely loving it. And it's just a good-ass time.
It's just a good time, you know, and sometimes a men's event is not a good time, but this was a good time.
Yes, and really, leading into the free skate, though, really didn't have a good time here. Like, flashback Tonya Harding 1994 Olympics moment with the broken laces.
Oh, so bad.
I was so sad for him. So sad. I thought it was
Yeah.
an injury at first, and I was like, shit, because we know he had a persistent groin injury. But it turns out it's the laces, and that's almost worse in
Yeah.
a certain way because it's
Well,
in
he
the
tried
moment.
to fix it, and then he went out there again. And I was like,
Yeah.
that can't be a good idea, can it? And then he just stopped.
I don't know, because you get a few minutes to, if you stop the performance for like a technical or equipment issue, you normally get a few minutes. I think he got like awarded 3 minutes. So he could have gone off the ice, retied his skates, like hustled around for like a stapler or duct tape or whatever, like ripped the lace out of another pair of skates. But he was like, you know what? I'm gonna just try and retie it like on the ice, which if you're a skater, you always know that ice when you're on the ice and retying your skates, it's never as like nice as when you're off the ice and trying to do it. So I don't know, Ben Augusto, who was commentating one of the streams, said it might have been like a lace hook that has broken off. I don't know, it's all speculation, but he tried to go again and it just didn't happen for him. So he had to withdraw.
Yes. Yeah, unfortunately, nothing good here, but very, very much enjoyed his Saturday Night Fever, and very sad that we didn't get to see his Elvis. He's such a good Elvis. This man.
He is a good Elvis.
Such a good Elvis. Oh, that's a heartbreaker. Don't like it.
Yes. However, let's move on to, oh my God, the rest are just all pod faves.
Literally everyone.
I know, including Yarrow. But we're moving on to 6th place finisher. I can never say 6th place.
6th place.
6th place. And that's Jimmy Ma. And oh my God, this short program. I was screaming. Black Swan, flappity flap. He did so well.
We do love a flappity flap. Oh my gosh. And his his ponytail in the short program and his bun in the free skates stayed there.
Yes.
It's the first.
It did.
It's the first.
You know what? I bet a lot of hairspray. A lot of hairspray to get that looking that great. Like a swan would use hairspray. Jimmy's got to look the part.
A swan would use hairspray. Do swans use aerosols? Is that a thing that swans do? I'm not familiar.
I don't know. I made it up. I was just thinking
I could
that
tell.
they look like super sleek. They look super sleek. So
oh, okay.
Anyway.
That's it.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. So we started with a quad toe triple toe, which was, okay,
looking
Jimmy.
sleek. It was great.
Yeah. Then we had a triple Lutz, triple axel. Okay. All right.
Let's go. And bless Jimmy. The step sequence was a little slow, but we don't care because we have some flaps going on. Wow. Okay, I should have said flappity flaps, but okay. But look at his reaction afterwards. He was pounding his chest and going like, look, yeah, first skater out, and he absolutely delivered 91.62. Like, how can you not be happy with that score?
Oh, so good. And then we had Attack on Titan. You know, I shouldn't have jinxed him because I tweeted Attack on Titan going to the 2026 Olympics, and then he like fell a bunch. So I'm so sorry, Jimmy.
No, but it's 2026 Olympics. You didn't jinx it.
Oh, no, not for this year. I'm just saying that I manifested
exactly.
a lot for him, and sometimes that can lead to toxic positivity, and maybe that happened here, so.
Maybe, but we'll see in 4 years.
We'll see.
Because the manifestation, you know, takes some time to pop up sometimes. I mean, how long have you been screaming for Rocket Man to come back? Take some time. But the work paid off.
Takes a little bit of
work paid off.
Yes.
But unfortunately, it really wasn't the skate that he wanted to deliver. Opening quad toe, didn't have the best landing, so he chose to keep it solo. But then the next quad toe he fell on, so it's a repeated jump. The triple axel double toe, he was hanging on for dear life. Then second triple axel he fell on. He almost had it though. But yeah, the poor boy ended up with only one jump combo for the entire program, and you could tell he was so disappointed at the end. He came in 8th for the free skate and 6th overall because that short program was dope. So well done to him. But
he was very sad. And this is another pair of programs that I love. The Black Swan, the Attack on Titan. I love everything about it. But he was very sad. And I don't like a sad Jimmy.
Neither do I. But he did do well enough to get some team nominations, which we'll talk about later. But let's move on to our 5th place finisher here. And it's Camden Pulkinen.
I could cry. I think I did cry.
I did cry.
Oh, Camden. Our friend Camden.
I was making my mom watch Nationals, and she only really cared about Nathan and Camden. And she's just like, oh my God, it's Camden. And I'm like, oh my God, you know him. Like, it's amazing. And so we were just, we had emptied the living room. So we pulled the couch back. We didn't empty it, but we pulled the couch back. So we were standing and having it on TV. And I think we were just jumping up and down.
Oh my goodness.
For both the short program and free skate.
Camden Pulkinen, Columbia Scholar, 5th place at U.S. Nationals, breaking all his personal bests.
Yep.
We love it.
getting all the plushies. All right, let's start with the short program to Come What May, which...
Fine. I'm sold. Fine. Whatever.
Fine.
It's not a big deal.
I mean, I was expecting Camden to pull out more indie music and less war horses. Although we did prompt him with a question of, if you were to skate to one war horse, what would it be? And
did he say Moulin Rouge? I forget.
Maybe, I think.
I forget what he said.
I'm saying it is Moulin Rouge, even though I might be wrong. But that means we get credit, right, Camden? I'm kidding. It was great. Quad toe to open, great. Huge triple axel, the one that Yuzuru admires and gave compliments for. So that can go on your resume too. Triple Lutz had a turnout, but he fought to get the triple toe nicely on the end.
Oh gosh, if that boy did not get that triple toe on the end, I would have had words.
I would have just had a heart attack. But let's fucking go in the step sequence, getting those PCS in. Very, very happy about that. But, you know, Camden, he always gives it in the choreo sequence, step sequence. You know, that's part of his brand, and I very much like it.
Yes. And a good costume. Oh my gosh, he got a plushie with a matching costume.
Yes. How cute is that?
Oh,
it's so cute.
amazing.
He got another, like, Pikachu plushie and then a teddy with a matching short program shirt. And I was like, whoever did that, bless you. It's so cute. That final step sequence, level 4, got a lot of +4s, as it should. But then Judge 3, Boo You, did not like Camden, apparently. Gave him the lowest GOE scores and the lowest PCS. Like, even 6.5 for transitions. And I was like,
rude.
If you're in Australia, you'll know what I mean when I say that judge should have gone to Specsavers. But that's an Australian thing.
I have no idea what that means.
Oh, bless. He was so happy because he cracked the 90s barrier, scored 90.16. Very, very happy for him.
Oh my gosh, so happy. He was so happy. And okay, in the free skate,
I was crying.
I was sobbing. Absolutely sobbing. 2 quad toes in the free skate. Like, come on, Camden. Who are we watching here?
You know what? He was giving them eyes to the judges. That quad toe, both of them really, well, especially the second one, was beautiful.
Oh,
beautiful.
Good quad toe.
Good cover throughout the jump to get the Euler double sow on. Had a little double loop situation going on.
Okay, whatever. Everyone does a double loop. Who doesn't do a double loop these days?
Exactly. It was just like,
whatever.
But then we have a triple axel double toe, triple flip, and then triple lutz to finish. And I was like, okay, thank fuck you didn't like unravel from the double loop. And he just went ham afterwards.
Oh,
and then
sobbing.
at the end,
absolutely sobbing,
pounding the ice. I was so happy that he was happy. It's just put yourself in his shoes. Like, haven't skated consistently, like 2 good programs consistently in so long. And to do it at nationals in an Olympic year.
Oh my gosh. Amazing. Love it.
So happy that he was happy.
Love him.
Scored 170.25, which meant overall he got 260.41.
Oh, it's huge. Huge personal best. Huge personal best.
Him and his team were so pumped and couldn't have asked for better, really.
I love it. All right, let's talk about our 4th place finisher. I'm a little sad to say 4th place finisher Jason Brown. That doesn't sound right, does it?
I know.
I don't like it.
But you know what? This is where the pewter medal stand was invented. This is how. Because Jason Brown. This is why. But I would agree with the results in the placing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I agreed. I don't like it, but...
I know. But Cinnamon just... it delivers yet again.
Always
Cinnamon. It was nuts. Imagine being in that arena. It would have been incredible.
Oh, very good. Very good.
100% standing ovation. We cracked the fucking 100s. Amazing. 49.15 in PCS. Like, excuse me, my Asian auntie's coming out. Where did the 0.85 go?
0.85. I
judges,
tweeted something very similar, so...
Yeah, if you were in Russia, Jason, that would have been 50. Like, we would have a slip of the finger and the judge going, oops, I pressed the wrong button. Technical error.
Yes, probably some of that.
But it was great. I think my mom screamed at when he did the Russian split into the spiral, and he didn't do the spidery Cinnamon dance thingy. But anyway, whatever. It's Cinnamon. I'll take it. Schindler's List.
All right, well, I don't know. I'm not sure. It seemed a little tentative.
Tight?
Yeah, just a little off. I'm not sure what it was. Usually he has such great knee bend. It just didn't look that way. Everything seemed a little tight or a little under. I don't know. Things seemed a little weird.
I feel like he was just nervous. It wasn't bad by any means. The quad sow was called around, even though he fell, and I think it should have really been on the quarter, but we'll give it to him. Triple axels were done, but a little tight. Yeah, he got the job done, is what I'll say. He got the job done. The judges did also get the job done by giving him max points on the step sequence, level 4, as he should deserve. Duh.
Yes, I mean, we can't blame the man. He did just spend like 6 days in airports and a whole 48 hours in a car with a COVID positive Tracy Wilson, so.
Which is just heartbreaking in and of itself.
Yes, I mean, I don't blame him for maybe looking a little tight on the Schindler's List here. I feel like this is maybe the least of his concerns, but.
I know, and hopefully Tracy is okay and she's doing all right, because they chose to drive to avoid having to do so many transfers in an airport where you really don't know what's going to happen. So they were so careful. Ugh. And I feel like a lot of the people here who got COVID were the ones who were super careful, which reiterates the point. Getting vaccinated and staying healthy and masked isn't just for you, it's for the safety and health of others. Okay,
Ugh.
Before I capitulate and combust, let's move on.
Yes.
To our third place finisher, and that is Vincent Zhou.
Oh, who also was... Okay, well, the short
program.
program was, like, beautiful. This is probably the best Vincent that I've ever seen.
I completely agree. Let's quickly go through it. Gorgeous quad Lutz triple toe, a huge quad sow. I believed that the jumps were smoother than Nathan's were for the short program, and he did get very much rewarded for it. He got 112.78. The PCS was half a point less than Nathan, and you know what? I think he deserves it, because he's put so much effort into making this short program beautiful, expressive, emotional as well, and you know, the crowd was super on his side.
Oh, it was very nice to see.
I know. And he got so emotional because everyone was responding so well to it. And in the kiss and cry, Tom Z was like, that's what we're talking about. And I was like, okay, Tom Z. But
Okay.
I agree, though. Like, he did so
The
well.
one time in my life that I agree with Tom Z.
The team was super happy with it and definitely deserved it. But this free program,
oh, no.
I don't know.
It was, oh gosh, it was just an oh no all the way.
Which I feel like just reflected the entire event and might not just have been Vincent, specific.
Yeah, I felt like a lot of things were not called that should have been called.
Yes.
In this free skate, I looked at that sheet and I was like, what? They didn't see nothing.
I feel like Vincent here went back to a bit of his old
Vincent
habits,
and not short program Vincent.
Yeah, Vincent skating to Vincent like Vincent wants to skate to Vincent. But I feel like you can tell, like, one of the key markers for me when Vincent kind of goes back to old habits is his toe loop, because he used to have, at least, a toe axle. So a toe axle is when you go into a toe loop, and when you pick in, you kind of do a little switcheroo and pretty much do an axle entry on that toe pick. And it's not the best technique, but whenever I see him do it, I know that he's kind of reverting back to old ways. And yeah, you could see that here. The jumps were tight. Yeah, it wasn't really a great time to seize up. Even the triple axel or the triple sow, didn't look great.
Oh, it's not good. I don't know what was going on. I think everyone was just like so on edge that day.
Yeah.
It was really
probably because
on
there was
edge.
COVID just like
Everyone had
sprouting
COVID
everywhere.
because this was the last event. So it was like by
Yeah.
this point, Alyssa had COVID, Amber had COVID, Tracy had COVID, Todd Eldridge had
Todd and
COVID.
Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny had COVID. Everyone fucking COVID. So I think everyone's just so on edge. Nathan face
planted and was
fucking
just
mess.
like, yeah. I mean, that wasn't COVID related. That was just Cheeto related. But I have thoughts about Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, because I know this is an old program for Vincent, but there isn't that much going on with the music, and especially compared to his short program, I just feel it's so bland. And like the short program, he worked so hard to make it an amazing program performance. Here, it just feels so lackluster. And the only moment I get super involved is right at the end when the music gets super hype and he finishes with an absolute bang. But that's about it. It's like the last, 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I do like them together, but like on its own, I'm just like, And you know, my dad was a big Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon fan.
Which, fair enough. But I mean, maybe pull Amishin and Galyamov and chuck some cymbals in for like musical accents.
Yeah, something needs
just
to
to spice
happen.
things up.
Anyways, not a good time for Vincent. He ended up third, probably not where he wanted to end up, definitely, after his season. But our second place finisher
Had a great time.
Okay.
Billie Jean for the short program.
Not Billie Eilish, by the way.
Not Billie Eilish, but Billie's getting a lot of love. And so did Ilia, because he threw it down.
Oh my God. Did he do anything wrong? No, he did not.
No,
Absolutely
he
nothing
didn't.
wrong. None.
All right, short program to Billie Jean. Quad Lutz, just too easy.
Quad toe, triple toe.
I mean, we saw a video of him doing a quad toe, so he can
Oh my
technically
gosh,
do that
yes.
in his sleep.
I did see that.
Freaking brackets into a triple axel. The boy can spin and smile too.
What current man skating can spin and smile? Maybe Jason Brown.
Jason Brown. But you know who can't spin and smile? It's Mikhail Kolyada, because he can only spin and not smile.
Poor guy.
Love you, Misha. Love you. An amazing final spin position that, yeah, so good. He's also like 70% legs, and then for his legs, he's like 70%
I
calves.
really can't relate to any of that.
Like, he was sitting in the kiss and cry, and he's just got the longest calves in the entire
It's
world.
not
And I'm like,
relatable at all for me.
It's not. Like, when I have my skates on, my calves just, you can see like the top quarter of my calves, and it's just like this stubby ass thing, and his calves just go on for ages. And I'm just like, boy.
Oh my God. Okay, this is like the most toxic show ever, but like I watch Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders making the team, which is basically just like a show about the women that want to be on the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. And excuse me, I'm very sick. On this one episode, this rude woman that judges them all is like, the boots are just swallowing her entire leg, and I would be that person.
That's me in skates. That's me with calves in skates. It just swallows my calf.
Oh, gosh.
But I have long femurs, according to
You
Joss.
have very long femurs. Anyways, I do have to point out that he was holding
a squishmallow.
I think it was okay. I'm a huge squishmallows are one of my special interests. I could talk about squishmallows for like hours if you sat me down, and I'm not like one of these people that like just started collecting. I'm a squishmallow gatekeeper. I've been collecting squishmallows since early 2017. So
Wow.
I know I've been literally collecting squishmallows for 5 years. So, anyways, girl boss gatekeep. What is it?
I've got no idea.
Something girl. Anyways, but I do think that he was holding a Reginald with a unicorn horn and a rainbow tail.
Was it is there a rainbow Reginald?
Reginald is a corgi.
Yes.
And then there's Reginald and Regina's also a corgi. Squishmallows have very gender conforming names, as you can tell.
Was it a Reginald? I haven't seen
I think it was
like
Reginald.
a unicorn Reginald. And it's clear that also Joss has clearly roped me into the Squishmallow madness. Because I know this stuff too. But not as much as her. She truly is the best gatekeeper.
I close them gates. Anyways, let's talk about his free skate. It's not a Squishmallow podcast as much as I wish it were.
Why not?
Let's talk about his free skate.
And this is to Nobody Knows by Autographed and Golden Age by Woodkid. Love a Woodkid program. And this is the same free skate as last season. Easy as quad Lutz to open, has a slew of quads that he just makes look like
doubles.
So easy.
Yes.
Exactly. He's got all of his combos in the second half, so bonus points for that. And then he lets off a huge smile when he gets the last one done. And I was like, this is one dynamic, talented cutie. He's so adorable.
He's great.
I mean, I do sense an Ilia Malinin upset and domination coming next quad. I mean, of course, he's still super young, 17, hasn't fully gone through puberty yet. So, of course, things will depend on how he finishes all of that and his body fills out. But his technique is truly impeccable and it will definitely last him for a while. And then I was thinking, oh, he didn't make the Olympic team this year round. How old will he be in the next 4 years? And he's 21 in the next 4 years.
Oh, God. Okay, well, let's move on.
So he's got he has 2 Olympic quads left in him because 2 Olympics from now, the kid will be 25.
Oh my God.
Mariah Bell's 26.
As we were reminded so many times of. But anyways.
Oh God. The oldest woman.
The oldest woman ever.
She's
on this
she's
entire
26.
planet. The oldest woman on the entire planet. Mariah Bell has won U.S. Nationals. So bad.
Oh, actually, Mariah's not 26. She's 26 this year, but
my gosh.
25.
So bad.
Still, he'd be the same age in 8 years that Mariah is now. Just saying.
Anyway, let's talk about Nathan. Okay. Before we start with Nathan, I must have to say, I need to explain how I manifested Rocket Man. All season on this podcast and all of last season on this podcast, I just complain, as my mother would used to say. Complain about how Nathan only skated Rocket Man for 1 season. And I've been manifesting that he was going to bring back Rocket Man because no other free skate would feel quite as good for him. And lo and behold, he brought back Rocket Man.
She was praying at her bed every single night.
Yes.
I mean, aren't we all happy that this happened? Including the short program, which he changed to La Boheme.
I wasn't
big fan of that.
too pleased about that, but...
What? Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
What would you have wanted?
There's so many, but Caravan, like... My ideal season for Nathan would be Caravan and Rocket Man.
Okay. Here's why I'm fine with La Boheme. I do love Caravan, also because it's Whiplash, and Whiplash is an amazing fucking movie. Absolutely love. And plus it's Caravan.
So good.
And plus the shimmy.
How can you not want the shimmy? You have to have cold-hearted amphibian to not love that shimmy.
Is there any other, like, cold-blooded animal that you'd want to... or
frog.
just amphibians?
You are
just
a
amphibians.
whole frog if you do not like that shit.
Not even, like, cold... Like, actually, you know what? Slytherin is a snake. So we'll leave that cold-blooded
reptile.
However, truth. Just the amphibians, apparently. That's discriminatory.
It's a lot of discrimination, isn't it?
Amphibianist. Just.
My isms are showing.
Your isms are showing. However, we were talking, I think, about La Boheme versus Caravan. And although Caravan I like better, I think La Boheme is more suited for the season because it provides a better contrast to Rocket Man.
Okay, fine.
It makes
weak,
sense,
but
right?
It's fine.
Like, okay, but pair Caravan with Philip Glass.
Okay.
And La Boheme with Rocket Man, and it makes sense.
Okay, he can just skate twice.
He can skate. Yeah, exactly.
Skate twice.
Oh, you know what? Skate twice. So put La Boheme and Rocket Man for the individuals, and for team event, do Caravan and Glass.
Okay. I can get on board with that.
Nathan, that's a full schedule, but you have to listen to us.
We're the momagers. The Kris Kardashians.
Because he doesn't already have momager.
Kris Jenners. Sorry, not Kris Kardashians.
Do you see how fleshed out Nathan's Wikipedia page is? Like, his mom has been doing the absolute most for him since he started skating.
Momatures don't stop working. Do you think Jessalyn Siwa ever stops working? Jessalyn Siwa does not stop working, okay?
That's because JoJo's always fucking bouncing around. She doesn't give Jessalyn a fucking break. When you have that tall of a kid with bows and that energy and that kind of like brain for business and marketing.
And gay. Super gay too.
Yeah. How would you ever sleep? Poor Jessalyn.
I was once too a baby gay. It's very repressed and conservative Alberta.
I didn't know where you were going to go. Like, were you going to go with the baby gay or were you going to go with the momager? I was just like, wait, what?
Baby gay and a momager. The two genders.
I've already showed my momager side on this podcast, screaming like a Chinese mother.
Oh my goodness.
Which my lobotomy is booked in for next week, so don't worry, guys. I'll be back to normal soon. But okay, let's actually talk about the programs here. La Boheme jumps look great, although the Lutz was definitely on the quarter, but of course they didn't call it. And the step sequence though, so good. Like, this is a proper step sequence with the skill and oomph from the 80s, 90s era of skating, where you've got your like Kurt Brownings, your Paul Wileys and Scott Hamiltons doing just the most and best in skating skills. Like, this is that type, and it just, I love it so much. So good. New US record for the short program with 115.39.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course, Raf, after this, record-breaking short program, in the Kiss and Cry, he's just like, oh, Nathan, look at my bracelets.
Look at my bracelets.
He was showing off his bracelets to Nathan, going like, oh, look at this. And
Raf is the Jessalyn Siwa.
No, I feel like, I don't know. Who would Raf...
He's a Kris Jenner.
Moms? Is he?
Raf is a Kris Jenner. He's not a Jessalyn Siwa.
I don't know.
He's not a Holly. Like he's not a Dr. Holly.
Isn't he?
No, he's not a Dr. Holly. He's like a Kelly Highland. He's a Kelly Highland.
He's not a Kelly Highland. Are you fucking kidding?
Kelly Highland.
That's too much energy for Raf. Might be a Kira.
Okay, they kind of look alike.
But moving on to Rocket Man.
Oh gosh, what? This is just such a mess.
It was a mess.
It was a good mess. It was good. Okay, first of all, this costume is like a hot Cheetos bag. Guy Fieri. What else?
Okay, but that's yum.
Nathan is just like mocking us at this point.
Somebody said it was like the Eye of Jupiter, and then
It's not a lie.
as an astronomy super fan, I was like, holy shit, he's gotten, the NASA Juno a spacecraft flyby high-res picture printed on a shirt, and I was about to geek the fuck out, but no, it looks like the Eye of Sauron, but just the deviant art version of the Eye of Sauron. And it looks... Has anybody said that they like it?
Me?
You liked it?
I also really like diners, drive-ins, and dives, though, so...
You liked it?
The shirt?
Yeah.
I like that it's really campy.
It's beyond camp, man.
Well, okay, I tweeted this one thing, and I was like, I'm a big fan of the shirt because, number one, I love camp. I mean, it's not exactly camp, but like I can tell that he's mocking us. He's like, no one thinks I have a fucking costume, so just come out here in like big ass ridiculous costume.
That's not a costume, that's a shower curtain.
And number two, I also understand the aversion to wearing tight materials on my body. I am a sensory averse person, so I understand the want to not have a...
But then why do you have so many like
costumes.
tops with like tight-fitting sleeves? Because that's the one thing that I cannot do.
Maybe he likes tight-fitting sleeves. I don't know.
No, I mean you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I don't mind tight-fitting sleeves. I just don't like tight-fitting bodies. That's the issue.
I can't stand sleeves.
Okay.
That's the one thing. Like, it makes my skin crawl. Like, I cannot stand it. I rip the clothes off if it's got, like, anyway.
Anyways,
not
okay,
about,
skating.
Not about my
Figure
sensory
skating
versions.
podcast.
Yeah, about the Cheeto shirt. I want the bus seat shirt back, man.
I do. I really want
that
the
was a
bus seat
better
back.
shirt.
That's better. I agree.
You know, this is just a mouse pad.
It's just a mouse pad. Okay. Anyways, he fell. Quad flip. Fell. I was like, oh no.
Damn. We will. Okay. Joss was actually really worried. She's like, oh my God, is Ilia Malinin going to take it out? I was like, no, this is never going to happen. And as long as Nathan skates clean, lol, for the rest of the program, he'll be completely fine because the program components are there for him to, you know, to lift him up. And like, rightfully so, because Ilia still has work to do in the components, even though he's technically impeccable. But he was fine until the choreo sequence.
And then he just like fell on his face.
Literal faceplant /
And he
flop.
was laughing so hard.
Why wouldn't you laugh?
Thank goodness
I would
he
laugh.
was laughing. I was like, if Nathan cries or is upset, I will be very unhappy. But he was laughing, so I was very happy.
Ruff was laughing.
It was really funny.
So in the choreo sequence, there was a video somebody posted, which I don't know, this is like super foresighty, but they focused on Ruff at the boards. And when Nathan was going to the choreo sequence, he was vibing so hard. He was bouncing around, hitting the boards, going, yeah, all right, cool. And then he's like, oh, Nathan should be fine. It's a choreo sequence, duh. So he turns around, keeps vibing, and then Nathan falls while Raph has his back to the ice. And somebody has to say, yo, turn around, Nathan fell. Raph turns around and just goes, fuck it. And then just keeps vibing. Bless.
Oh, goodness. What a mess. What a mess. Very, very symbolic of the entire event.
Truly. But top of the podium yet again.
Oh my gosh. However, did not want other people on the top of the podium with him, which is very COVID safe. The photographer wanted everyone, because they always have this picture to crowd on the top of the podium with him. And he was like, no, thank you. Because he wanted to be COVID safe. And usually he lets the people on the top of the podium with him. He's not like, no, thank you, because I don't want you up here. So, no, thank you, because I'm trying to be COVID safe. Good for you, Nathan Chen. Good for you.
Yeah, and he didn't participate in the gala.
Oh, again, very good. Good for you. Probably had to pay
Which
some
is
type
good.
of penalty, but that's fine.
Who fucking cares? Yeah, why is there a fucking monetary penalty for not competing in the gala? That's just fucking stupid capitalistic societies. Like, what? It's not like skating gets much money anyway, so like, are you going to really charge the skaters for not... Anyway, that rant's over. The second rant is people might be like, oh, why not participate in the gala? Why not, get everyone on the top pedestal even if you've got your masks on? Excuse me, Beijing Olympics are less than a month away.
We're around the corner, man. Like, we don't have time for this shit.
It's in China, a COVID-0 country.
And like, this is so important because like Nathan was saying in the press conference, or not in the press conference, but probably just in some interview, that he has relatives in China. So it's like extremely important for him to go, because it's not only that he gets to go, but he gets to go and participate in probably one of the most important events of his life and see folks that he loves.
His
so
family.
Like, no, he's not going to participate in the gala. He's not going to fucking let people on the top of the podium with him.
Why would you risk
No,
it?
why? I wouldn't. He shouldn't either.
For a national championships?
No.
Yes, of course it's important because it's an Olympic qualifying event, but he's got a body of work that's so strong that even if he withdrew from the entire competition
and petitioned,
he
would probably
go. He would 100% go. He's reigning world champion. Like, oh my God, I've got so much to say and I'm not going to say it because I will like combust. I would absolutely combust. That's it.
Over. All right.
We're talking about teams now.
Yes.
Kiss and cry. Let's go.
All right, so now that that's over, why don't we head into the Kiss and Cry, where we will talk about our team selection for Olympics and Worlds and 4 continents.
Let's start, shall we?
Let's start with Olympics.
Okay, so for dance, no surprises here. Chock and Bates, Hubbell, Donohue, Hawayek and Baker. taking it out, with the alternates, first alternate being Green and Parsons, second alternates being Emily Bratti and Ian Somerville, and third alternates being Katarina Wolfkostin and Jeffrey Chen.
And then for men, this was a nail biter. There was all sorts of shit going on here. Nick McCarville tweeted that he was hearing on the grounds that Ilia was going to be chosen, and we were like, Nicholas, where are you hearing this from? Why are you tweeting when none of this is official? Anyways, a lot of.
But I like Nick.
I do too.
He just
shouldn't have tweeted that. People that we like can make mistakes too. That's okay.
True.
Okay, so our choices, thankfully, Nathan Chen, Vincent Zhou, Jason Brown. First alternate obviously is going to be Ilia Malinin, but he doesn't have international scores, so he needs to somehow achieve them if he's going to be at the Olympics.
Yeah.
Second alternate, Camden Pulkinen. I can't. And third alternate, Jimmy Wah.
I love it.
I love it. Don't change
it.
anything. It's fantastic.
Yes, and Ralph actually came out saying he was
very disgruntled.
Yeah,
highly disgruntled.
That Ilia didn't make the team. Ralph did work with Ilia in the past, and he's like, besides that point, like, really he should be going. And you know what? I would agree, except for, I don't know, if I was the picking committee, the selection committee. That's what it was.
The nose picking.
Shut up! My brain farted. Okay. I was like, I don't know the word for this. The selection committee, I would have done the same, because it's not like Ilia is running out of time. And I don't want to say that Jason's running out of time, but first and foremost, it'd be an absolute sin for Cinnamon not to go to the Olympics. But secondly, Jason's proved himself at these international competitions. He placed super well at Worlds last year, and he was the second highest finisher because unfortunately Vincent didn't do well. And so he got those 2 spots along with Nathan. And due to his body of work, he deserves to go. And Ilia deserves an opportunity to not get thrust, even though he might be technically ready, but not get thrust into such a big event straight up. I don't know. I want this kid to continue skating, not to be a flash in the pan. And
we have many flashes in the pan right now, I think.
Exactly. And you know what? Maybe he goes to the Olympics and it's not a flash in the pan. But like we said, he's 25 in 8 years.
He'll be okay.
The kid's got so much fucking time. He's probably going to dominate next quad anyway. And it's not like I want to make Jason a charity case, because he's not. Like I said, he's proven himself. But it was tight between the two. And I think, in a personal point of view, the selection committee, aka the picking committee in Claudia words, made the right choice.
Yes.
And Ilia's first alternate, so...
And who knows what the state of the world right now may end up going. So anyways, let's move on to our world selection. So for dance, we have same teams. We got Chock and Bates, Hubbell, Donohue, Hawayek, and Baker. Our alternates, though, are a little bit different. We have Green and Parsons as our first alternates, Bratti and Somerville for our second alternates, and then Carreira and Ponomarenko for our third alternates.
Yep. And for men, it's Nathan, Vincent, and Ilia Malinin. So I feel like this was the best decision. So Ilia has to get the technical minimum somewhere, and between now, or like nationals and 4 continents / worlds, he's going to be able to get it. He's not going to 4 continents, but he's going to have time to do like a mini comp, senior B somewhere, and get the technical minimums to go. But that's a very strong worlds team. And I think that was the correct decision to make. The alternates are Jason, Camden, and Jimmy. So I very much like this setup. But yeah. And 4 continents, because 4 continents, which literally starts in a few days, and I'm panicking because it's so close to Europeans and so close to the Olympics. The turnover time between 4 continents and Olympics is super short. So a lot of countries aren't sending their Olympic team to 4 continents, which, you know what? I'm completely fine with. I am all about giving other skaters the opportunity, unlike Russia, who decides to give their top 3 or their favorites every single opportunity and not give anybody else any opportunity to prove themselves. But for dance, we have Going to four continents, Emily Bratti and Ian Somerville, Christina Carreira and Anthony Ponomarenko, as well as Caroline Green and Michael Parsons, with first alternates being Eva Pate Logan Bye, second being Lorraine McNamara and Anton Spiridonov, and third alternates are Molly Sesenik and Yegor Yekharov.
Yes, and for men, we have a team of Tomoki who actually withdrew from U.S. Nationals because he had a COVID test that was positive very kind of early on. I think maybe it was in the week before Nationals, so he just ended up withdrawing before he even went. We have Jimmy Ma and we have Camden Pulkinen, and our alternate is Ryan Dunk.
So I love the team of Tomoki, Jimmy, and Camden. All three of them need to be on the top step of the podium.
That
love it.
Team is a riot.
It is a riot, and it's a super strong team. And I bet like at least one of them is going to get on the podium. I hope at least. And the alternate being Ryan Dunk, which I found a bit surprising given a few other skaters finished above him. Although I do enjoy Ryan. We had skaters like Liam Kapakis as well as Din Tran, who finished above with super strong skates.
I love Din. Bay Area represent.
Truly one of my faves. Absolutely love. So interesting that Ryan was named the only alternate to four continents. Didn't know what was going on there. USFS, hooray.
It's okay. The hype team is going. Hype team is going to four continents.
Yes. Imagine that team at World Team Trophy.
Oh, amazing. Hypest team ever. They would get that
absolutely
country spirit medal or whatever.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly.
We know what you mean. But... like they would have gotten the country spirit deal.
Yes. All right. I think that is officially it. I think that brings us to the end of this episode. Time for us to record women and pairs.
Yeah.
Joyous. And talk about the oldest woman on the planet, Mirabelle. God, this
me
is
after
so
all of this.
Cruel that they kept harping on that. Anyways, we'll talk about it in our next episode.
Yes. So I'm Claudia, and come chat with us at Let's Get Down Pod. That's LUTZ Get Down Pod on Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to work with us, shoot us an email at letsgetdownpod@gmail.com.
If you like this podcast and have a hankering for some hot Cheetos right about now, please leave us a review and give us some 5-star love. We would really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for listening.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.